వెల్కమ్ బ్యాక్. నెక్స్ట్ అండి స్టూడెంట్ నెంబర్ 6.
Cancer. It is one of the major reasons for death in this world. Around 14.1 million people are getting affected with cancer every year. We hear the word cancer every day, don't we? We see graphic images on cigarette boxes, posters, WhatsApp suggestions. In fact, we start every movie with smoking and alcohol consumption are injurious to health. They cause cancer. The word cancer has been repeating so many times that we got so numb to it. But hope is the only thing that kept us all together to spread this awareness. As we all have been learning that cancer can be prevented by ignoring alcohol, smoking, not ignoring smoking, cigarettes, eating a lot of healthy fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, by doing a lot of exercise. And this is the major reason why a lot of victims are feeling like they didn't do enough in order to prevent it. They are feeling like it's their fault that they are going through this situation. But unfortunately, the truth is that a lot of cancers cannot be prevented despite what all have been saying. Because I know I was eating well, I was an active kid, I was not smoking cigarettes, neither was I drinking alcohol. But I was just 6 years old when I was diagnosed with blood cancer. It is also known as leukemia. I remember how terrible, horrible, and painful those 2 years of treatment were. Though I was the one victim, my entire family suffered the entire course of treatment. So I remember like the entire treatment took me through all the painful and very depressing experiences, starting from chemotherapy, getting bald 5 times, and diabetes. And also I was told that I was in coma for almost around 3 days. And this multiple blood transfusions and the bone marrow transplants. So just because someone is getting cancer doesn't mean that it's completely their fault. So we should not treat them that it's their fault. And with all the inventions so far, a lot of people survived, and I'm one of them. But many are dying every day. With positive attitude and frequent health checkups, a lot of us can prevent cancer. If you get diagnosed in the early stages, there's a fair chance of living. As a lot of scientists are working on this, let us all hope that a guaranteed medicine and a vaccine to prevent it will be introduced in the coming days. And I'm sure that we all will see a cancer-free world someday. But if you ever come across a cancer victim, tell them that they're strong, beautiful, and not less than any superhero in this world. Tell them that they have the superpower of fighting and killing cancer. What I want to contribute for this cause is not only spreading the awareness on prevention of cancer, but also the importance of moral support the victims need, and the schemes and different things provided by the government like Arogyasri and different cancer helplines, and importance of insurance, especially in the rural areas. Because after the semi-finals, I felt like visiting my hospital, and I realized that a lot of final stage victims are from rural areas. So I felt like the people belonging to the rural areas are very less aware of the symptoms and precautions of cancer. So which is creating a negligence among them, which is driving them directly to the final stages. So I want to spread awareness mainly in the villages as well as tribal areas on precautions and symptoms of cancer. Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. చాలా బాగా చెప్పారండి. అంటే గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతాల్లోనే అవగాహన అనేది అక్కడ నుంచే స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి. స్టార్ట్ అయితేనే అంటే అందరికీ అవగాహన ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి దాని అవేర్నెస్ పెంచడం వల్ల మనం వ్యాధి తీవ్రతని తగ్గించవచ్చని కూడా చెప్పారు. అలాగే చాలామందిని చూస్తుంటాం మన ఇళ్ళలో కూడా క్యాన్సర్ పేషెంట్ని చాలా హీనంగా చూస్తుంటారు, చాలా సపరేట్గా పెడుతుంటారు. దానివల్ల డిప్రెషన్ పెరుగుతుంది, వాళ్ళ వ్యాధి తీవ్రత ఇంకా పెరిగి వాళ్ళు నిజంగా వాళ్ళ లైఫ్ స్టైల్ అంటే వాళ్ళు బతికే ఛాన్సెస్ కూడా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి, డ్యూరేషన్ కూడా తగ్గిపోతుంది. 4 రోజుల్లో చనిపోయే వాళ్ళు 2 రోజుల్లో చనిపోయే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి. కాబట్టి ప్లీజ్ క్యాన్సర్ పేషెంట్స్ ఎవరింట్లో ఉన్నా కానీ వాళ్ళకి సపోర్ట్ చేయండి, మనోధైర్యాన్ని ఇవ్వండి. నెక్స్ట్ అండి స్టూడెంట్ నెంబర్ 7.
Good afternoon everyone. Today I want to discuss on a topic which requires a lot of awareness. Generally people feel shy or embarrassed to talk about it, so I am here to talk on creating awareness on breast carcinoma. Coming to the facts of breast cancer, it is the second most common cancer and second leading cause of death, due to which almost all women are at risk and its incidence increases with age. Now let me tell you what are the types of breast cancer. Breast carcinoma is broadly divided into two types, ductal carcinoma and lobular carcinoma. Of these two carcinomas, ductal carcinoma is common and lobular carcinoma is rare. I'm not going into details of it. Now coming to the risk factors of breast cancer, first is gene mutation. Another risk factor is gender. Females are at high risk than compared to male. As I say this, there is 1% of breast cancer occurs in males too. In males, there is a condition called gynecomastia that can be progressed to breast cancer. Another risk factor is age. With increase in age, risk of breast cancer also increases. And if the member of a family has breast cancer, then even siblings need to get screened as it runs in the family. And one of the major risk factors of breast cancer is early menarche and late menopause. And even bearing first child after the age of 30 and having no children at all is also a risk factor. And females who are obese, consume excessive alcohol, lack in physical activities, and who have a stressful life, all this contribute to risk. And some other risk factors are exposure to radiations like X-rays and CT scans. And if there is any previous history of cancer in ovary, cervix, and uterus, it also causes breast cancer. And females who are on prolonged duration of oral contraceptive pills are also on high risk. Now coming to the precautions, of all these risk factors, there are few that we can modify, like controlling obesity, having an active lifestyle, decrease in take of alcohol, breastfeeding should be encouraged, and decrease in unnecessary usage of oral contraceptive pills, and lastly, pregnancy and breastfeeding are protective against breast cancer. That means getting pregnancy at appropriate age and active breastfeeding, both of these play a protective role against breast cancer. Next, symptoms. First is there might be a thickening or lump either in the breast or armpit. Another symptom is change in the color of the skin involving areola or nipple. Generally, the skin color changes in the red in color, so one can compare with other side of the breast. Third symptom is discharge or oozing of blood. And this discharge can be in greenish color also. And fourth symptom is presence of retracted or inverted nipple. When there is a retracted or inverted nipple, the skin around the nipple or areola becomes like the peel of an orange. And fifth symptom is change in the size or shape of the breast. Any one of these symptoms is alarming sign. Even one of these symptoms should not be neglected. And one has to consult doctor immediately if one notices any of these changes. Now after listening to all these symptoms, now there might be a question that, do I have an early cancer? And how do I detect it? There are many ways to know the presence of early cancer. They are ultrasounds, mammography, and clinical examination by trained health professionals, and lastly, breast self-examination. Now my topic will be limited to self-examination part as I am here to create awareness. All women should know regarding self-examination as it hardly takes 10 minutes. Now kindly listen to me carefully as I am going to teach and show you how to examine yourself. There are only 4 things to know. First step is, with one hand, apply gentle pressure over each area of the breast to check for any lump or thickening. Examination is incomplete unless you examine on other side. You have to repeat the same procedure on other side. Ideally, this procedure should be done on supine position. That means lying down position. I cannot show it right now, but it is a simple procedure. I hope you might have understood it. And second step is, with your hands on hips, examine yourself while standing in front of mirror to look for any lump or change in the size of the breast. And third step is, raise one arm, with other hand, apply gentle pressure on armpit to feel for any lump or swelling. Let me show you. Raise one arm, with other hand, apply gentle pressure on armpit to feel for any lump or swelling. Repeat the same on other side. And fourth step is, using thumb and index finger, gently squeeze the nipple and look for any discharge. During this examination, if you find any change in size, shape, color, or any discharge, one has to consult doctor immediately. These 4 simple steps will help you in identifying cancer at early stage. Any woman can learn this, as this examination is designed in such a way that even an illiterate woman can understand, and thereby preventing complications. Now, why don't women practice self-examination? First is due to lack of knowledge, fear of not speaking regarding condition, feeling shy or embarrassed to talk about it, or might be too busy in their life. This examination was clearly shown as an ad in Doordarshan channel to promote awareness. But as soon as ad comes, people used to change channel or do not pay attention to it, or very rarely few might listen to it. So one should come out of all this fear and should know regarding breast cancer. As it hardly takes 10 minutes, one should practice self-examination. There is a famous actress who got breast cancer surgery done even before she had breast cancer, as she was positive for a gene test which showed a risk of 87% for breast cancer. Cancer was running in her family. She saw her mother and aunt suffering from cancer at young age. To decrease all these complications and to live a happy life with her family, she took a bold decision of surgery to reduce the risk. She is none other than Angelina Jolie. She truly inspires us. This speech of mine contributes as a second step to create awareness from my side. And my first step was, I created awareness in my family by teaching my mother, my sisters, and also my friends. And by telecasting it on television, you have helped it to take it to another level. So I would like to thank complete ISKCON team and CVR Health Channel, and lastly my college, Bhupati Vishnuraju Institute of Technology, for giving this wonderful opportunity. With this, I complete my talk. Thank you.
నిజంగానే ఏదైనా హెల్త్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ మనం చూస్తున్నప్పుడు ఛానల్ అనేది కామన్గా చేంజ్ చేస్తుంటాం. ఇందాక తను చెప్పినట్టుగా ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చూస్తే కనుక మాత్రం ఛానల్ మాత్రం చేంజ్ చేయకండి, ఎందుకంటే ఇది మీకు బాగా మెసేజ్ ఓరియంటెడ్గా ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి. ఇప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్ నెంబర్ 8 వస్తున్నారు, ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నారో ఒకసారి మనం విందాం. ఎస్ ప్లీజ్.
Cancer, a name given to a group of related diseases which involves abnormal growth of cells that leads to the formation of lumps or masses of tissues known as tumors. A disease which no one ever wants to be diagnosed with. But the irony is that every passing year in India, we have 9 lakh new cancer registrations. Every single day, 2,500 people die out of it. And for every 8 minutes, 1 woman succumb to it. But the question is, what causes cancer? Cancer is caused due to multiple reasons. It can be due to the DNA type, the genes, or the age factor. But there are certain things whose intake will increase the risk of cancer, such as intake of tobacco, alcohol, poor diet, lack of physical activity, and 5 to 10% of cancers are hereditary. So the best way to protect is always to prevent. And to prevent, everyone must get vaccinated. Vaccines like human papillomavirus and hepatitis B are available. That lowers the risk of cervical cancer and many liver-related cancers. Avoiding consumption of tobacco and alcohol could be the best decision someone can ever take, because tobacco alone contributes to 22% of cancers worldwide. If we consume tobacco, which means we are abusing our own body. Our body is like a temple and it has to be respected, because we are going to live with it till the end of our time. So the best decision could be avoiding tobacco and alcohol consumption, and proper healthy diet is to be maintained, and adequate amount of water is necessary, because water dilutes the concentration of many cancer causing agents and just flushes them out of our body. Indulging ourselves in some or the other kind of physical activity is important, not just because it helps us keeping fit, but it's also because it improves our body's immunity. If we do these, as we age, these healthy measures will prove invaluable. No other medicine in this world can help better than these healthy measures that we take. Because if we do these, 50% of cancers can be prevented every year, and the rest are unknown. Some morning, we might wake up to this surprise of being diagnosed with cancer, and that moment we feel like the world is coming down crashing on us. The symptoms of cancer include lump formation, weight loss, prolonged sores, prolonged cough, and when we are diagnosed with it, we feel like, why me? And that moment shouldn't come in everybody's life, and for that, some healthy measures are to be taken. With the advancements in science and technology, cancer is conquerable. It is definitely a long war, but it can be won. No fate, no destiny can take over a predetermined soul. And many people have proved it time and again by defeating cancer. But even today, cancer is a disease which has so many ignorant connotations attached to it. There is a lot of stigma attached to it. People think that cancer is contagious, which is so unfair and untrue. People in the rural areas are ostracized from the communities because they think that it spreads. There are certain things that cancers cannot do. Cancers cannot cripple love. It cannot shatter hope and corrode your faith. It cannot kill friendship and suppress your memories. It cannot conquer your soul and steal your spirit. It cannot take over your eternal life. So all we need to do is give them care, love, hope, warmth that they need in healing the disease. The superpowers of conquering cancer is in our hands, but it depends on us how we use it. The obstacles of the past have always opened a gateways for everyone, and that gives rise to a new beginnings, and we can start that new beginnings which creates a world which is cancer free. That we can do together by spreading awareness. Spreading awareness just doesn't mean talking about it. It means supporting healthy workplaces, encouraging people to get regular health checkups, because if checked regularly, cancer can be detected early. And if detected early, it can be cured very easily. A lot of people give up their lives because prolonged cancer treatment is way too expensive. But if it is detected early, it can be cured and treated at a way less cost. And that is why a lot of underprivileged people are losing their lives. A lot of organizations, non-profit organizations and non-governmental organizations like ISKCON, some foundations and Indian Cancer Society is striving so hard to spread awareness. And my contribution to it will be by taking active participation in those campaigns. And for that, all I need to do is to spare some time. And that small things would bring a big difference, which helps us in building a strong nation and a better tomorrow for the generations to come. The word cancer itself has can in it. So definitely we can kill cancer and make India and world a better place for coming generations. Thank you one and all.
ప్రతి ఒక్కరి నుంచి ఏదో ఒకటి మనం నేర్చుకోవాలి. ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ని మాత్రం తప్పకుండా మీరు వాచ్ చేస్తూనే ఉండాలి. షార్ట్ బ్రేక్ తీసుకుందాం.